Hi, am I on the air?
Yep.
Fuck.
Thanks.
Do I have everybody's attention now? Do I have everybody's attention now?
Don, I got you.
Do I have everybody's
Sunday
attention
night.
now?
You put them cameras on me, then you must be willing to get that heart touch. This a must-see feeling. The news ain't good, then it must be villain. So I say a tag grounded, I don't trust these feelings. Spread across your nose, and I'm on your ear. Highest next on the cloud, hammer in the air. Sunday nights, prime time. I flex mine better. Voltron transform to DX Don Mega and off scene. You probably think I'm nice, cause I slow like a stream to your wireless device, and the smoke full of steam on any given night. How short like a piece of any given slice. And for the latest and what is best about I tune in and tune the rest out. Don, you gotta tell them, am I in the clear? Is this thing on? Am I on the air? On the air.
Hi, am I on the air?
Well, what is going down, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new edition of Am I on the Air? I'm your host, Don Mega. It's season 14, episode 23, and tonight it's the royal episode. So, I don't have a traditional movie review for you, and what I mean by that is because nothing came out. Nothing came out in the box office this weekend. It was, by box office standards, the weakest and lowest performing weekend in about 2 decades. Pretty crazy. It's a Labor Day weekend. People have a big 3-day weekend ahead of them. And no major studio decided to release anything worldwide. Kind of weird. Seems like a fuck up as far as I'm concerned. But so nothing really big came out. I did end up making it to the movies this weekend for a very special engagement in IMAX screens. It was Marvel's The Inhumans. So I will talk about the Inhumans experience. And I'll also do a quick little mini review of a new Netflix movie, a new Netflix original movie, Little Evil. So I do have a couple movie reviews for you in that vein. But other than that, no big releases this weekend. Next weekend now, the game changes because finally It comes out and people are stoked. Early word is just through the roof on this thing. I cannot wait for Stephen King's It. But that's next weekend. It's this weekend right here. We're broadcasting live from the Red Dragons Radio Studios here in Tucson, Arizona. It is September the 3rd. We're back recording on our normal Sunday night slow jams. So, thanks everybody for tuning in. Real quick, I want to shout out, as always, Stardust. If you have not downloaded the Stardust app yet, what are you waiting for? I keep telling you guys every week, download this app, follow me. I'm listed under Stardust as Don Mega, and you can just follow directly along with me and get instant movie and TV reviews. It's awesome, man. Check it out. They're little 30-second clips. It's a very easy way to just find out is something worth watching or not very quickly without having to search through a website or listen through a full podcast or look on YouTube. Just download the app and then you can follow along and know right away if something's worth your time. So download the Stardust app. It's available on Android. It's available on Apple. And follow me at Don Mega. I'd appreciate it. Stardust. All right? So, with that all being said and out the way, let's talk about the movies, so to speak, that we saw this weekend. Like I said, Marvel's Inhumans. So, what a story this thing has taken. Back when Kevin Feige announced the Phase 3 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Phase 3 was intended to end with a little movie called Inhumans. This was going to be, taking place with the royal family on the dark side of the moon. We're talking about Black Bolt. We're talking about Medusa. The actual Inhuman side of things. And then, what was kind of weird is after they announced this, Marvel did something a little funky. They introduced Inhumans and basically the whole concept of it on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which I was like, okay, that's kind of interesting. Maybe get the audience ready or so, somewhat. So it kind of made sense to an extent, but it was, like 2 years ago that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. introduced the Inhuman stuff. And the movie wasn't supposed to come out till like 2018, 2019. And so I remember thinking, like, they got a long way to go to kind of piece this together to the movie. And then last year, Kevin Feige came out and said, we're not going to do the Inhumans movie anymore. We've dropped it. So the movie was dropped off of the Phase 3 plate, which was very weird because Marvel, especially in the MCU, as far as I can remember, hasn't announced a movie and just yanked it from their itinerary. It just doesn't really happen. But then we got word that, you know what, the TV side is going to go ahead and do this, that ABC has picked up the rights, and they're going to do an Inhumans TV show on the same network as Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and that had Agent Carter and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, we'll do it as a TV series, whatever. And they said this time it will focus on the royal family. And then they made the announcement, which kind of caught a lot of people off guard, that they were going to film the first 2 episodes of it in IMAX with IMAX cameras and debut it about a month early on IMAX screens, where you can go to the theater, sit down, and watch the first 2 episodes cut together as basically an actual movie. And then a month later, it'll be on TV. So I'm a sucker, and I went out to the IMAX theater and I watched this little mini movie, first 2 episodes, however you want to call it, of Marvel's The Inhumans. And I'll tell you, I'm not really a fan of this comic, and that's not to say that I don't like the comic book. I wasn't really familiar with Inhumans until Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. kind of introduced me to it. I really didn't know nothing about this one. So I had nothing to basically guide me on this journey other than what Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. has taught me. I knew a little bit about the characters like Black Bolt and Medusa and Lockjaw and stuff like that, but I didn't know what to expect from a TV show. So I didn't go into it with super high expectations. And I'll tell you, there's been 2 trailers that have been released, and the trailers are not that great. I will wholeheartedly admit the trailers are not good for Inhumans. So I knew some people personally that were interested in it, saw the trailer and said, okay, I'm not interested anymore, I'm out. I still gave it a chance, and I went and I saw it kind of with an open mind. And I'll tell you, I really enjoyed it. It was way better than I expected it to be. I thought watching it on the IMAX screen, it looked cheesy on the trailers, and I was like, man, this blown up in IMAX is going to look really bad. And to be honest, everything looked really, really good on the IMAX screen. You can tell this was a TV show. It had that kind of look to it, and I hate to call it cheapness, but there's just a different kind of look that a movie has compared to a television show, and it just had that TV look to it. But I thought the CGI was done very well. I thought that the effects were done really well. I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. I'm not going to say it was incredible and one of the best things Marvel's ever done, but I thought it was a decent debut. And when it was over, I said, man, I'm excited for the TV show now. So it did do its job. It set it up for what I needed it to do, which was get me interested in these characters and on their journey. And I am. And now I can't wait for the show to start. It starts in about 3 weeks. It will debut on ABC on September 29th, if I'm not mistaken. And it'll run, I think it's only 8 episodes, 8 or 10. So it's kind of a limited event series. And I can't wait. I'll sit down, I'll watch the first 2 again, and then enjoy the rest of the ride. So Inhumans is really cool. I'm not going to sit here and tell you, like, run out to your IMAX theater and see it, because I know some people think it's just kind of silly. Like, why spend the money, especially in IMAX, when I can watch this on TV for free in a couple weeks? I get it. I'm just a sucker for this kind of stuff, plus I wanted to be able to review it for you guys here tonight. So that's why I did it, and I really enjoyed it. And, I went with Geeky Pat, and he was saying to me, like, when I first told him we were going to go watch this, he was like, nah, I don't think I want to go. I'm not really interested. And he ended up going, and after we got out, he said, you know what, that was really good. So it won him over, too, and, and I think that you guys should really give it a chance, especially for free on ABC. What do you have to lose, right? So check out Marvel's The Inhumans coming to ABC on September 29th. The second little quick thing I want to do is, we're starting to get into an age now where almost every Friday or every other Friday is a brand new movie on Netflix original. On the last show we reviewed Death Note, which I still think is really good. I know there's been a lot of haters out there on Death Note, but I really enjoyed it. But I love when Netflix does original films. So the new release this week was a little movie, a horror comedy called Little Evil, and it stars Adam Scott and Evangeline Lilly. Basically, they're newlyweds, and she's got a 8-year-old, 6 or 7 or 8-year-old, I can't remember, who everybody feels like is the son of Satan. Basically, he's the devil incarnate, and he's trying to kill Adam Scott basically the entire movie. And Adam's trying to get Evangeline Lilly to understand that her son is the spawn of Satan. It's okay. I'm not, for free on Netflix, if you got some time to kill, check it out. I mean, it might be worth your time. I would give it 2 out of 5 stars if I really had to break it down. And I know that sounds bad, but 2 is just okay on my scale. And it was okay. I got a couple laughs. It has a really good supporting cast. I like the cast that they put together. Adam Scott is always really solid. And Evangeline Lilly is great. It has moments, and then it's got some pretty shitty moments. So if you piece it all together, it's just okay. But you know what? You're not wasting any money. If you got some free time, it's only an hour and a half. You could check out Little Evil on Netflix and see how you feel about that one. But yeah, it was alright. So with that being said, those are kind of my new 2 impromptu and a very slow weekend with nothing big coming out. That's what I got for you guys. But now let's kick it on over and let's talk about the news of the last week in TV and movies. So Hulu, Hulu's doing something a little bit new. I haven't spent too much time to dig into this, but they have a new live TV streaming service that you can sign up for. And they've gotten pretty much all the major channels to sign a pack with them to be able to be a part of this service. And just in the last week, CW signed their agreement and added on to Hulu's live TV service. So they are now the 5th major broadcast network to stream live on the platform. So it's very cool. It's kind of weird because CW pulled all their stuff off of Hulu for the on-demand portion, but they will do the live streaming service. So pretty interesting here, man. Hulu's setting up a pretty nice service to where if you want to cut the cord, and get away from your cable provider, the Hulu service might be the best bang for your buck out of all of the options out there. So look into that if that's something you're looking into. Last weekend was the Mayweather versus McGregor fight, and pirated streams reached nearly 3 million viewers. That's pretty crazy, man. Yeah, this thing was pirated all over the place, but no one I know had any luck. I mean, I even tried, to be honest, and it just kept crashing, and you couldn't even watch anything on it. I ended up watching the fight on somebody's Instagram who was streaming it live on there. I know people were trying to do it on Facebook and getting shut down, but I had no problem doing it on Instagram. So, but yeah, 3 million viewers on pirated streams. Very, very interesting. And there's a creepy podcast out called Lore, and it is being adapted into a series that Amazon is going to do, and they have just released the first teaser trailer for it, and they will premiere all 6 episodes in October. Baby Driver races onto digital September 12th and on Blu-ray October 10th. Still need to check out Baby Driver, man. I missed that one. We have the first trailer for Mark Felt, starring Liam Neeson. It's based on the real-life Watergate drama. You can check that one out now. Director Andy Muschietti is going to reunite with his It star for Hulu's new show Lock and Key. Lock and Key is something that they've been putting together for a while now. It's supposed to be really, really cool. And one of the kids from It has just signed on to be a part of it. Misty Knight, I'm going to say quick spoiler alert if you haven't seen The Defenders. If you know anything about the comic book, Misty Knight loses her arm and she gets this bionic arm. Well, she lost her arm in The Defenders finally, and Luke Cage Season 2 is now currently filming, and they released the first look picture of Misty Knight with her new bionic arm. So pretty awesome that she will have that in Season 2 of Luke Cage. Terry O'Quinn has been cast in Hulu's Stephen King series Castle Rock, so you can check that out. We posted up a brand new short film. Now, coming out next month is Blade Runner 2049, and there's going to be a couple short films that are going to come out that are going to bridge the gap from the original Blade Runner film to the sequel. And the very first short, starring Jared Leto, has been released, and we posted it up on our Facebook and Twitter page, so check that out if you're interested. Justified Producers have optioned Elmore Leonard his Detroit novels for a TV series. And the novels include Unknown Man number 89, Pagan Babies, and Mr. Paradise, all getting adapted for a new television series. We have the brand new trailer for Brawl in Cell Block 99. This is a movie starring Vince Vaughn. Looks pretty interesting, pretty intense here, so check that out. Neil Gaiman's Likely Stories is going to premiere exclusively on the Shudder network. John Cena and Kat Dennings have joined the animated series Dallas and Robo, which will be exclusive to YouTube. We also have the very first trailer for Neil Gaiman's Likely Stories that we just talked about. You can see the first trailer for that right now. Gerard Johnstone has been hired to polish the script for Justice League Dark. Now, this is a script that's been going around for a while. It's bounced around from director to director. But you know what? They brought him on. He's a big name, man. A lot of people are very excited about Gerard Johnstone coming on to this and shaping up the script to be something pretty special. I know a lot of people... I know Justice League Dark isn't super popular, but a lot of people are really looking forward to this film, and it'll be nice for them to put together a pretty cool script for it. We have the first trailer for Boo 2, a Madea Halloween. Yeah, rush out and check that one. We also have the first trailer for Last Flag Flying, which looks pretty intense. Stars Steve Carell, Bryan Cranston, Lawrence Fishburne. Pretty hard movie. It looks like it'll have some comedy elements to it, but it's pretty deep, but a great cast. So check out this trailer if you haven't seen it. We also have the first trailer for Killing Gunther. This movie looks awesome, and I'm really sad because it looks like it's going to be straight to VOD. On one hand, that's exciting it's straight to VOD because that means I can watch it really quick. But on the other hand, this looks like a movie I would want to see on the big screen. It's a action comedy that stars Arnold Schwarzenegger and a bunch of the SNL people like Taron Killam. It looks so funny. It's a hitman team of assassins that are all trying to kill Arnold Schwarzenegger, who works with them, but he's like the top assassin, and they all want to take him out because he always makes them all look bad. But it's also shot in this documentary style, kind of like The Office, or like, you know, how some of The Office and then like Modern Family, stuff like that is shot, where they're talking to the camera and they're like, man, we just really want to take out Gunther. Arnold Schwarzenegger looks hilarious in this thing. He cracked me up. This trailer's great. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Remember, you can always go to amiontheair.com, click on the trailers tab, and watch all of these great trailers in one spot. But check this one out. Supposedly, like I said, I think it's coming out to VOD later in September or early October. But I'm bummed this one ain't hitting the theater because this looks awesome and could be a really good return to form for Arnold. We have Everything Wrong with Boss Baby in 15 minutes or less. We have the Honest trailer for Face Off, one of my all-time favorite films, and very funny Honest trailer, especially when they talk about something I never thought about watching Face Off. You gotta watch it and check out the end. All I'll say is dong off. Alright, let's get back to the news here, because, oh man, that shit's funny. We have a really quick teaser trailer. It's only about 30 seconds long for Matt Damon's new movie, Downsizing. It looks pretty weird. The full trailer, I think, is going to debut later this week, and then we'll keep you updated on that. Ben and Casey Affleck are reportedly teaming up for a new Afghanistan war drama called Red Platoon, and supposedly Ben Affleck is in talks to even direct the film. So pretty interesting there to get to see Ben and Casey Affleck team up together. In some big news here, Joss Whedon has officially received screenplay credit on Justice League. Now, some people might be saying, well, what's the big deal about that? Well, the big deal about it is that, you know, when Joss came on to Justice League, it was really in that sad point where Zack had to step down for personal family emergency. And everybody from Warner Brothers said, well, Joss is just going to step in and do a little bit of reshoots and then just finish the film up. No biggie, right? Well, the fact that he's receiving a screenplay credit, to my understanding, means that he has basically contributed 50% of the screenplay that you're going to see in the movie come November. 50% is a lot when you're talking about the fact that by the time Joss came onto this film, the film was done filming. The movie was completed. So if he came on and somehow wrote in 50% of the script, that's a lot that he has contributed, and I'm glad he's getting some credit for it. But man, that means he did a lot more work than they're leading on to be. Zack Snyder still, as of this writing, is getting 100% directing credit. So even though Joss filmed all the reshoots, they're saying that Zack will still get solo directing credit, but Joss will get a screenplay credit, along with original screenplay writer Chris Terrio. So very, very interesting. But man, I can't wait to see this movie in November. Simon Kinberg is teasing a very grounded tone for X-Men Dark Phoenix. Even though it's going to bring in the cosmic element, he says he still wants to keep it as grounded as possible. Let's see here. Keanu Reeves and Winona Ryder are reuniting for a new comedy film called Destination Wedding, which looks pretty cool. There's a new film being put together called Boy Erased, and they have just cast Cherry Jones and Red Hot Chili Peppers bassist Flea. They're all joining up with Nicole Kidman and Joel Edgerton in the new film Boy Erased. We have the new trailer for Amazon's show Tin Star, starring Tim Roth and Christina Hendricks. That is going on Amazon right now. New drama. The writers of Spider-Man Homecoming have officially been brought back on for Spider-Man 2, which is pretty awesome because I loved Homecoming. So I'm glad to see that they're bringing back the writers to do number 2. Lily Collins has joined Nicholas Hoult in the new Tolkien biopic, yes, based on J.R.R. Tolkien's wife and life. So, upcoming biopic film. She'll be playing Edith Bratt, who is not only his wife, but also his muse. We have the new Season 3 trailer for Mr. Robot that you can check out now. Penelope Mitchell has joined Hellboy, Rise of the Blood Queen. So another casting news there. We have the first trailer for You Were Never Really Here, starring Joaquin Phoenix. The creator of the new Tick series that's on Amazon currently says that they have planned a 5-year arc for the show. So pretty interesting, man. Well, they got one season down. We'll see if it actually lasts all 5 seasons. A female-centric Lord of the Flies film is being planned over at Warner Brothers Picture. Yes, they are looking to write and direct a female-centric film version of Lord of the Flies. Scott McGehee and David Siegel are the pair that are set to write and direct. I think I saw Lord of the Flies once back in the 80s, so I don't even know or remember much, but cool. Blade Runner 2049 is going to be longer than the original film. I think they said that the final cut of the movie is running about 2 hours and 35 minutes, so get strapped in. John Bernthal, the Punisher himself, has joined the cast of Damien Chazelle's new film, First Man. He is joining Ryan Gosling, Claire Foy, Jason Clarke, and Corey Stoll in the new film. We have a look at every free game coming to PlayStation Plus next month, if you haven't seen that. We have the DC Legends of Tomorrow Season 3 trailer, if you want to check that one out. CW Legend of Tomorrow has also cast Courtney Ford to play Damien Dark's daughter in the upcoming season. Very interesting there. There's a new evil BB-8 that's going to be in Star Wars The Last Jedi. It's BB-9. Not only BB-9, but BB-9E is going to be the First Order's evil version of basically a BB-8. And guess what? He's black. Because in Star Wars land, if it's black, it's bad. So, it's pretty cool, though. I like it. Check it out. Patty Jenkins, director of Wonder Woman, says that the Wonder Woman sequel will feature a full-blown Wonder Woman. And what she meant by that is basically saying like how the first movie took all the time to set up her character, but when we get to Wonder Woman 2, she's going to just be Wonder Woman full-blown, knows who she is, knows her powers, and can just come right out the gate kicking ass. So I love it. That's awesome. We finally have a live-action Robin. Yes, we've been talking about it for a while now. They are putting together a live-action show called Titans that's supposed to be on this new DC streaming service. And the last couple weeks on the show, we've talked about who's been cast as Raven and Starfire. Well, now we know who's going to be Dick Grayson, a.k.a. Robin, and it's none other than Brenton Thwaites. He was in the latest Pirates of the Caribbean. He was in the movie The Giver. You know what? I think it's a pretty good casting. I thought if they were going to do Titans that he was going to be Nightwing. But everything I'm reading is saying that he's actually going to be Robin. So maybe he's going to start as Robin and then you'll see his transition into Nightwing. Who knows? But I'm glad to see that we finally got this cast. I'm getting very excited for this live action Titans show. And they're probably going to make me subscribe to another damn streaming service with this. Cara Delevingne has joined Orlando Bloom in Amazon's new fantasy series Carnival Row. She'll be headlining the 1-hour neo-Victorian fantasy series alongside Orlando Bloom. Sam Rockwell set to play George W. Bush in Adam McKay's new Dick Cheney biopic film. Amazon has officially picked up James Gunn's Starsky and Hutch series. We talked about this on the last show that James Gunn was trying to bring back Starsky and Hutch, and it didn't take very much time before Amazon said, "Give it to us!" And they've signed it, so yeah, they'll be putting it together and working together over at Amazon to do a new Starsky and Hutch. The Black Rose Anthology, a new horror series written and directed by women, is going to be produced by Drew Barrymore, and the CW has picked up the rights to this one. We have a complete 2017 NBC primetime preview that you can check out to see when all your new shows are coming back. It is official that HBO has given the green light to True Detective Season 3. Yes, it's official. It's coming. Mahershala Ali, like we talked about before, is officially confirmed, and the director of The Green Room is going to be directing the series. So those are pretty much the details we got going on, but it is officially greenlit by HBO, which means it's on the way now. So True Detective Season 3 in the works. There's a new villain in the Ant-Man sequel, and his name is Ghost. But is it a man or is it a woman? If you want Ghost explained, check out the article we got up on our Twitter page, and we'll tell you all about the Ant-Man and the Wasp villain. La La Land director Damien Chazelle is attached for a new Paris-set Netflix series called The Eddy. It'll be a musical drama with original songs by Glenn Ballard. So check that out. Now, on last week's show, we talked about this debacle in the DCEU, where they're looking to do movies in the DCEU, movies outside of the DCEU under a new umbrella. Well, going back to the Joker one that's not in the DCEU, the one that Todd Phillips is going to direct with Martin Scorsese producing, well, because Martin Scorsese is producing, rumors popped up this week galore that Leonardo DiCaprio is Warner Brothers' top choice for the Joker. No shit. I knew they were going to go this route just because Leo loves to work with Martin Scorsese. So everybody's running aboard this one, man. Leo's going to be the new Joker. I don't buy into it. I don't think Leo's going to want to be the Joker. Maybe Martin can sell him on it. At this point, I think this is just wishful thinking on Warner Brothers' part to just have such a caliber actor like that to play the Joker. Who knows? I'm going to just chalk this one up under rumor until we get anything different. We have the first official trailer for Jeepers Creepers 3. Yeah, check that one out. Days of Our Lives is welcoming back Lisa Rinna, so that's shocking. Lady Gaga spills secrets about her new Netflix documentary called Gaga 5'2". That's coming on September 22nd on Netflix. You know, another movie that's kind of been coming and going for a long time now is the Crow reboot. Remember, they've been trying to do this Crow reboot for years now. talking about all kinds of people, man, that have signed up for this thing and then dropped out and then signed up and then dropped out. It finally looked like this thing was going to get up and running when Jason Momoa signed on, probably about close to a year ago now at this point. But the studio Relativity Media that had the rights went bankrupt. Well, it looks like it's found a new home, and it's going to be at Sony Pictures. So it looks like Sony Pictures has picked up the Crow rights, and supposedly director Corinne Hardy and Jason Momoa are all expected to remain on board and will come along and they'll finally get this reboot made. Let's see. This thing has seemed to be haunted since day one and has just never thought it was going to get made. But it's good to see that Sony's picked up the rights to it. Sony struggles with franchise films like this, though, so I hope they don't get overly involved and just let Corin Hardy do his thing and make this movie. I'm looking forward to it. The Crow is one of my all-time favorite movies, and I know when people have a favorite movie, they always say, don't touch it, leave it alone, you're going to ruin it, ruin my childhood. You know what? I'm a grown-ass man, and I can understand that, you know what, even if they make another Crow movie and it sucks balls, I just don't need to watch it. I can always go back and watch my original with Brandon Lee. So I don't know why people complain about that kind of stuff, because you're always going to have your original film. The originals do not get erased when they do a reboot or a remake. So stop whining about remakes. Who knows? We could get lucky and get a really cool film. And you know what? If I could get a new badass Crow movie, I want it. Especially with Jason Momoa attached. So I say let's do it. So good luck to Sony. I'm glad to see movement going again on the Crow reboot. Ron Howard announced that Paul Bettany, who plays Vision in the Avengers movies, now has a role in the upcoming Han Solo movie. The Han Solo movie. So he's going to be a part of that. We have your full guide to all the TV shows that you want this fall season, so check that out if you're interested to see where everything's popping up all over the damn place. Alrighty. Killjoys has been renewed by the Sci-Fi Channel for 2 more seasons, and that is going to be it. It is a final 2 seasons, but they've been given a 2-season green light after the season 3 finale that just happened. Killjoys on the Sci-Fi Channel. Sylvester Stallone is hinting that the Creed sequel will shoot sometime next year in 2018, so that's pretty awesome. We have the first trailer for Friend Request, which looks pretty horrible, but it's a Facebook horror movie. Yes, it is. Check that one out. We have your first teaser trailer for Star Wars Rebels Season 4, and we have Everything Wrong With, The Fate of the Furious. We have this new second trailer for Marshall that you can check out right now if you haven't seen that one. Let's see over here. Congratulations to Wonder Woman once again, who continues to make money at the box office. Wonder Woman passed $408.9 million today, which then made it past The Hunger Games and Captain America Civil War. So congratulations, man. Wonder Woman just continues to kill it, man. It is out now. It is now available on digital HD, and it'll be on Blu-ray and DVD in just a couple weeks, man. I can't wait to get this. My daughter actually saw a commercial for it. Was like, Dad, I want to watch Wonder Woman right now. Soon, baby, soon. Like I said, the weekend box office flops to its worst Labor Day in nearly 2 decades, man. So that is pretty damn nuts. And lastly in the news, back on the rumor mill, supposedly Sony Pictures wants Spike Lee, of all people, to direct a possible Night Watch movie. I'm not familiar very much with Night Watch. Supposedly he's owned by Sony. He belongs in the Spider-Man universe, and he looks like Spawn, but he's not Spawn, but he's a good guy. I don't know, man. Supposedly this character was gonna be in Spider-Man Homecoming, but they pulled him out because Sony wanted him to themselves for their new Spider Universe. Spike Lee, it's an interesting choice for who they'd want to direct this thing. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know enough about the character to really sit and speculate, but that is a rumor, so keep that in your rumor wheelhouse. that supposedly Sony might want to do something with that. So that's your news, my friends, for the week. We did that in a real quick 30 minutes. And let's get over to our new releases for this week and our box office, and we'll wrap this baby up. Nice, short, and sweet. Out on DVD and Blu-ray this Tuesday is going to be Rough Night, All Eyes on Me, Megan Levy, and First Kill. In theaters this Friday is going to be It and Home Again. And this weekend's box office, as of today, and there will be an adjusted one tomorrow for the holiday, but as of right now, for the 3-day normal Friday, Saturday, Sunday that we typically do, coming in number 10 is Girls Trip with 2.3 mil. Number 9 is Despicable Me 3 with 2.4 million. Number 8 is The Emoji Movie with 2.5 mil. Number 7, Spider-Man Homecoming with 3.7. Number 6 is Dunkirk with 4.1. Number 5 is Logan Lucky with 4.4. Number 4 is Leap with 4.9. Number 3 is Wind River with 5.9. Number 2 is Annabelle Creation with 7.3. And number 1 again for the third week in a row, it's The Hitman's Bodyguard with $10.3 million. So congratulations to The Hitman's Bodyguard, dude. It has been cleaning up the box office since nothing else has been coming out these last couple weeks. And even though it's not making a tremendous amount of money, it continues to hold down that number 1 spot. I think it made $10 million last weekend, so it's like it didn't even have a drop at all and is able to maintain that number 1 spot. So there you go. Like I said, I can't wait for next weekend when we check out It. That's going to be great. And I'm glad Rough Night's coming out on Blu-ray this Tuesday. That's a comedy from this summer with Scarlett Johansson that I didn't get to see, and I hope to check that one out. So that's going to do it, my friends. Like I said, nice, short, and sweet episode here in September. I hope you all have a great Labor Day weekend. If you're off on Monday and you get to enjoy a 3-day weekend, I commend you. Enjoy it. Spend time with your family and friends and have a great time. Shout out to Red Lobster. Endless Shrimp is back starting tomorrow on September 4th. I know it's a very random shout out, but you know what? I love shrimp, and Endless Shrimp time at Red Lobster is one of the greatest times of the year for me. So it's time to get down, baby. Endless Shrimp at Red Lobster. I don't even know where that came from right now, but that starts on September 4th. Tomorrow, Labor Day. So, it's Labor Day celebrations all the way around. I hope you guys all have a great week, great extended weekend, whatever the case may be. Take care of your friends and family. Tell them all to check out Am I On The Air and listen to all the latest and greatest entertainment news out there. Of course, our official webpage is amiontheair.com. You can like us on Facebook at facebook.com/amiontheair. Follow us on Twitter at amiontheair. Follow me on Twitter at dxdonmega. You can subscribe to us on iTunes. If you like Android, we are available on Stitcher, on Spreaker, on Google Music Play, on YouTube. Yes, youtube.com/amiontheair. Our episodes are on there in audio format. We're on TuneIn, so we're all over the webs there. Remember, follow me on Stardust for little 30-second movie reviews and TV reviews. It's awesome. Just search Don Mega. You'll find me. Like I said, man, what can I say? Instagram, follow us at Am I On The Air. We're all over the place. Just search for us, find us, and follow along for all the gloriness. Once again, that'll do it for us here on September the 3rd. I hope you all have a great week once again. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your patronage. Thank you for your loyalty. And check out our great affiliates over at reddragonsradio.com. Follow on Twitter at reddragonsradio. Lots of cool stuff in the movements over there. We got some new podcasts joining the team and some other things ramping up. So check out Red Dragons Radio. And until next time, y'all. Peace.
Bye, everybody. Red Dragons. Red Dragons.